Hello Mech Warriors. Today we'll be looking at HPG Manifold and looking at some tips, tricks, and general ideas of what to do on this map. So this map got reworked this year and it allowed for a lot more long-range mechs to actually use the upper part of the wall. So no matter what side you start on, there will be two different ways that you can access the top wall, and you can shoot across the map by standing anywhere on this wall, and you can try to go around the map a decent amount without jump jets. So if you're a long range mech, if you got ER large lasers, you got Gauss rifle, you got ER PPCs, the wall is typically a great place for you to sit and just farm people as they try to get into any position. For Caustic Valley, I equated the map like a toilet bowl. Imagine something very similar here. This is very much like a toilet bowl as well, except there's a pilot of toilet paper rising in the middle that doesn't quite reach the rim. So if you look at it from a top-down perspective, we can see the walls, that's the toilet rim. Inside there's the clump of the toilet, and then down below is where the drain goes. And so down below is where you want some short range mechs to really shine, like incredibly short range. You got some SRMs, you got some snub noses, you got the AC-20s. They can really shine down here. You can pop in and out using the doors, where you can really get some opportunistic shots on your opponents, especially if you have like jump jets, and you can just jump up, shoot, and fall back down. And I like to go underneath the map a lot because I'm just getting pelted with long range fire. I can't return fire. I know being upstairs will be a nightmare, so I go down below to try to fight it out and do sneaky shots on the wall people or on the enemy team from below. So I like to head down below to avoid the enemy long-range fire. But if there are not as many wall snipers, I like to actually work my way up around the middle here. And the both sides are pretty symmetrical and even with this. You can do some peeking off of these ramps at the enemy opponent, go up to this very top middle if you can shoot down. You can work your way and use your cover here to try to do some trades with your enemies by really not exposing yourself for too long. But this middle area provides a lot of cover against the other middle area side, and even against the high rises a little bit. So if there aren't too many wall snipers from too many angles, you can actually work this middle area really well and just get cross shots and advancing shots across your enemies. You can also work your way around the outside to try to flank. You can go along the wall here to get some cover, or you can go along the wall here. Except there's not really that much cover on this side, so this side of the map is a lot more exposed than this side of the map. The E5, E6 area is a lot more exposed for flanking than the D4 area. So if you're a long-range mech, a really long-range mech, use the wall to your advantage. Make your enemies hurt without being able to be fired back on. If you're a long to mid-range mech, you can really make this upper middle area work. And if you're a mid to short range mech, you can really make the basement work for you, especially if they have a bunch of long range snipers. And if you're short range, you can also make this top area work as well. It just depends on how many wall snipers the enemy team has. That usually dictates where I go on this map. If I'm in a short range mech and there's not many wall snipers, I may pop down to the basement just to flank around or see if there's anybody down there. But usually I'll stay up in this middle area and try to trade with my opponents on the other side. If you're wall sniper, D3, E3, F4, and F5 are your friends. So are C4, C5, D6, and E6. If short to mid range, go to this middle area, make the cover work for you, use as much as you can, flank around using the basement, and get peeking shots out. I really like to do that because people don't usually expect it sometimes. And just use the cover in this area to really effectively trade with your opponents. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think of HPG Manifold. Do you like the old version better or the new version since it was reworked this year? And until next time, I'll see you on the battlefield.